Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report, where I will show you situation on most of the instruments that we have in our offer, and we will talk about the fundamental side of the market as well. Actually, we're gonna start with that, as always. So this is the calendar for today. As you can see, a lot of data, but nothing really significant, right? So let me filter all those data which is not very important for us and focus only on tier 1 data. Actually, we don't have super important numbers, just PMIs. PMIs came kind of mixed. Some of them, well, they are still awesome. They are still highly above 50, which is like a border between contraction and like recovery. And the main info, well, at least for British pound, will be in 29 minutes. But for the whole market, we'll see in 5 hours, 40 minutes. Because we'll have PMIs from US, so that will be the most important data. Markets are waiting for ECB tomorrow. Ahead of the ECB, euro dollar is heading much higher. Euro is gaining strength. Well, that's quite surprising because most of the analysts, traders, experts, they are actually expecting dovish comments from ECB, but maybe that's the case. Often, like, they want to position themselves high first in order to sell ahead of the ECB, sell with a good price. So market is more or less expecting a dovish statement from ECB tomorrow that, well, euro dollar is very strong. At some point it is starting to hurt exporters from Europe, main exporters from Germany, so main country leader of European Union, of Eurozone. Most probably at some point Mario Draghi will try to talk down this optimism towards euro. That's why we are expecting a bit of a dovish statement from the ECB. But that's tomorrow. But it's the most important event, so market starts to position themselves like ahead of the ECB. They try to do it as soon as possible. As for the macro events, well, we had this government shutdown, which ended recently. But a few hours ago, we got information in media that a leader of the Senate minority, Democrats minority, Mr. Schumer, he withdrew from the offer to Donald Trump about the agreement to finance the wall, the famous or infamous wall, Donald Trump's wall, which is about to protect US from the immigrants from Mexico. Trump responded on Twitter that if there will be no agreement from Democrats or from the Congress, there will be no constitution. There will be no continuation of the ACA program, which is protecting people who came to US as kids. It's protecting them from deportation. That was his response. So situation is tense again. That may be the reason why American dollar is losing. That from the fundamental point of view, because from the technical point of view it's all clear. It's just a continuation of a trend. There's a broken support. So it's usually more or less usually like that when there's a technical movement, right? Media experts, analysts, they try to explain that from the fundamental point of view, but sometimes there is no explanation. That is just the market mechanics. So there's a broken support, there's a broken resistance, there is a trend continuation, etc., etc. These are just movements created by money flows. There's not always a reason of those kind of movements. Sometimes just more there are more buyers than sellers, and the movement is continued because they see a potential in that. So it's not always like that the movement is driven by fundamentals, right? So looking for a fundamental explanation of certain movements, yeah, it has a point, but not really always. So we don't have to force ourselves to explain certain movements always with some fundamental things. So we know what's happening on the calendar, we know the most important data, events. So now we can look on the technicals. First we'll start with euro dollar. Euro dollar was having the symmetric triangle pattern yesterday, and we saw a potential for a bearish breakout here. But that's the thing with the breakouts, that you would like to wait for a candle to close below the important support. If you don't wait for the candle to close, you can be a victim of a false breakout. And that actually was a false breakout. So the price aimed the lower line of this symmetric triangle, broke it at some point, like on M15, let's say. That's why I focus only on higher time frames, because those random movements, fake movements, can be filtered out. At least some of them. The price didn't manage to close below the lower line of the triangle and went higher. So this green area is a false breakout. And you know that we love false breakouts. The false breakouts, they work. They give us interesting trading opportunities. And that happened here as well. So we broke the lower line. It was a fake breakout. The price went higher. Then we broke upper line of the symmetric triangle, and the price closed actually above it, triggering a buy signal. Broken resistance after that became a support, and then the price went significantly higher. And now as we speak, slightly below, we started this daily analytical report. We saw new long-term highs on euro dollar, right? Euro dollar went significantly higher, setting new long-term highs. So there is a beautiful buy signal here on euro dollar, supported by the technical analysis, supported by the fundamentals. It looks promising, it looks right, it looks decent. So this is our view on euro dollar, continuation of this movement, and bullish trend, bullish sentiment. The same thing was happening on the American dollar to Japanese yen, right? We had this, I'm sorry, I'm gonna delete Fibonacci's. We had this beautiful symmetric triangle pattern. And yesterday the price was here on our daily analytical report. They failed to break the upper line of the symmetric triangle. And look, how not to love the technical analysis if you have contact, contact, contact. After those three tops, you can draw a nice trend line, right? And this trend line worked exactly like with the same peak as expected, right? The same level as expected. Price bounced from this level. There wasn't even a breakout attempt. It went significantly lower, bounced from the resistance, broke the support, broke the horizontal support as well, and went significantly lower. Yesterday you remember that we draw a potential buy stop order, sell stop order, and if you open the sell stop order, you would be 80 pips on profit right now, which is quite a decent reward. But in our view, the price should go there. So still 150 pips lower. The thing is that here we had a decent risk to reward ratio, because selling here, stop loss for example here, 60 pips, potential profit 220, that's a very good risk to reward ratio. But now, selling now, think about the stop loss order, where you can put stop loss order. The first resistance is here, second one is here, so now it's a bit too late. Look, because you sell here, for example, you still have 100, let's say even 150 pips, but the stop loss is 90 pips. Still good, but not the best risk to reward ratio on the record. You would like to have at least 2 to 1. Here we don't have 2 to 1, so I would be suspicious about that. So don't think that for the people who miss that movement, don't think that you're gonna chase it. It's never a good idea to chase a missed opportunity. Remember that on this market you have loads of opportunities. You can get a huge amount of trades. So please, no reason to chase a missing opportunity. That's a way to lose money. Okay, I don't want you to lose money, so don't chase missed opportunities. And gold. Gold was yesterday in a sideways trend below resistance, above support, and today we are trying to break the support, the resistance. Remember, watch out for false breakout. So yeah, this candle looks promising, but still it can reverse. But once the H4 candle will close above the horizontal resistance, that should trigger us a buy signal, right? So there is a potential for a nice bullish trade here. And Bitcoin, we said that as long as we stay below the downtrend line, below the horizontal resistance, the sentiment is negative. We are still below, but I think that price is losing bearish momentum, and that may be the start of a bigger correction on Bitcoin. But again, we have to wait for the price to come back above the yellow resistance. As long as we are below, sentiment is still negative. FTSE, yes, I'm waiting for the price to get to the red area. Why is that? Because that was a strong resistance since the May, proven in November. It was an upper line of this ascending triangle pattern, and now I'm just waiting for the broken resistance to be tested as a closest support. Remember that just contact here will not give you permission to open a long position. You would like to see a bullish price action here, so you would like to see actually price bouncing from this horizontal support and aiming higher. Dollar index. So at the very beginning of the week, we wrote an analysis that there is a potential for bullish upswing here because of those two hammers. Well, guess what? It didn't work. So it didn't work. The price broke horizontal support, and that breakout triggered us another sell signal. So we may be looking for some fundamental explanations of the current weakness of American dollar, but that's just a broken support which triggered us a movement. Here that's just a broken resistance which triggered us a movement. Here it's a broken support which triggered us a movement. So that's just an activation of a huge amount of orders against the American dollar, right? And that's why American dollar is losing, because most of the traders, most of the market participants, they are selling American dollar. Canadian dollar to Japanese yen, they still try to hold above this horizontal support. We created this line just to show you that there is a selling potential, but we need to see a definite breakout of this support, right? I think we can even adjust this lower. Yes, like that. So the price for the sell signal, the price needs to go below the green area, which is holding for now. For now, right? Horizontal dynamic resistance. Once the price will break this line, a sell signal will be off the table. Australian dollar to American dollar. Well, sell signal from Friday, right? Shooting star. Yesterday we had traders who opened short position, could have some profits from that, but now strong reversal. Look at that. Did we bounce in a random place? No, it's not a random place, right? It's a long-term uptrend line. It's an uptrend line which is with us since the middle of December. So we shouldn't be surprised that it worked, that it actually worked. This one can be removed, but this one, look, that's the beauty of the technical analysis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 contacts. This formation can be named wedge, but it's a past. What's now? Well, once the price will break the green area, the sentiment will be positive, but we need to see the candlestick to close above the green area. But oh my god, this movement on dollar is so stretched. Well, it always can be more aggressive, right? Look at the stocks. Look at the stocks. For example, after New Year on the S&P 500. Here we can see that those movements can be stretched, can last for a long time. So we shouldn't be surprised if the price would get higher and higher and higher here without any stop. It just looks weird. I'm not a fan of this kind of movements. So I will stay away because I'm just, let's say, too scared of a bigger correction, right? And also my trading approach, my trading strategy tells me to buy in uptrends. I'm not a fan of buying breakouts, bullish breakouts. I'm a fan of buying bearish corrections, right? So once the price will make a correction, I buy this correction. I buy the price bouncing from a support. American dollar to Singaporean dollar. Here the drop is so strong. Right, the candlestick from today is just super bearish. We continue our drop in the channel down formation, and that's a weekly chart, by the way. And the chance that we will get to this support is really, really high, and actually it can happen sooner than later. But we should see the price here on 128. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. Huge strength always when the price is like in a wedge, in a rising wedge, which is a bearish formation, and breaks the upper line of this formation. That's a very positive sign. That shows us enormous strength on this instrument. But also this blue area is a potential very strong resistance. So still, even if it looks so good right now, it always can result with a reversal, right? So watch out for that. Euro to New Zealand dollar. I'm enjoying this situation when the price bounced from the neckline. It's slow. It's well, you have to be patient to keep eye on this instrument because this drop is slow, but they're making lower lows and lower highs, so the chance that we will get here is are quite high. Chances that we will get there are quite high. Currently, again, that's not the best setup in terms of the risk to reward ratio, but if you opened this trade earlier, that was a good call. And well, you never can be sure about the outcome of the market, of the movements on the market, but here it looks very good for the sellers that the price should get to this support created by the trend line. Euro to British pound touched horizontal support, bounced a little, and now we're testing that again. Unfortunately, this is a very wide area, so you don't really know when you should open a position, in which place you should open a position. I think the best way would be like wait for the breakout. Breakout will happen. Eventually the price should make a correction and enter during this correction. So when the price will test this level as not as a support, but as a resistance. So from the bottom, once the price will test this level from the bottom, I think that will be an interesting trading opportunity. S&P 500. Another day, another profit, and another day, another record. That's pretty amazing. So we have to scroll down. 2,900 points. Why not? 3,000 points. Well, why not? Sky is the limit here, and traders' imagination. So no dangers ahead. Maybe, I don't know, they will look for, if they need some positive information, maybe they will buy during Winter Olympics once US will win gold medal, for example, I don't know, in snowboarding, if they need a market fuel for future rises. But everything looks great here. American dollar to Canadian dollar, I'm enjoying this because I'm bearish on this instrument. What I'm missing here is a breakout of the support marked with purple color. I was hoping for the downswing. I don't have a position here, I just like the technical situation here. Maybe I will open a position here once this support will be broken and then tested. It will be tested as a resistance. I'll think about opening a position there. So, what's the final outcome here? What's our view on this instrument? Well, our view is a breakout of the support and a future drop. That was our view on our newsletter. In our newsletter, we said that in 2018 the price should get here to this area. WTI oil is advancing higher. Yesterday at the end of the session they made new long-term highs. Bravo for the oil traders, bravo for the oil bulls. Everything looks awesome here. We are above the uptrend line. As long as we are above the green line, the sentiment is positive. As long as we are above here, sentiment is positive. As long as we stay above here, sentiment is positive. And in the long term, as long as we stay above this green line, the sentiment is still positive. Because in the long term, it all looks perfect. Right? Even like, let's say that we have a reversal now, which is not possible. Well, it is possible, but not probable. Even the price going to 38.2 will not mean a trend reversal. That still will be a correction. So we can even check the recent ultra important resistance as a support, and still trend on oil will be bullish. So we can even like decline here $9 for barrel, and it still will be good. Next one, American dollar to Swiss franc, new lows. We are aiming ultra important horizontal support here. That will be a good place for a correction, right? But we have to wait for the situation to develop. Cable, new highs. Well, this resistance seems broken. Just a quick reminder, where are we currently? We're in an uptrend because the downtrend line was broken. Let's see Fibos for Fibonacci funds. 38.2 was broken. So now the next target for the pound is here. We are totally not surprised. We have a bullish view on cable since first few weeks after Brexit referendum. We are saying that this movement was too strong, outrage was too big. There's no reason to sell pound like that, and our view is winning right now. So, well, that's pretty nice weekly candle, but we see a potential for 470 pips more. Australian dollar to Canadian dollar, I'm waiting for the price to test the neckline. I'm wondering how long will I wait. Left shoulder head and the right shoulder, come back to the neckline, and here bullish price action. I would like to see a bullish price action here and then further upswing. That's a very technical setup. No fundamental story here. DAX. I'm proud of DAX. I'm happy with this buy signal that we spotted some time ago. Actually, I'm gonna retweet that just to remind traders of our good call on the DAX, because here we said that we should see a bullish uptrend here. That's actually what's happening. We broke the upper line of the wedge, defended that as a support, and then the price making new long-term highs. Bravo for the DAX traders. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar, flag upswing, rectangle upswing. There is a full positive sentiment here. With that being said, let's look for a potential target, and we are very close to this potential target. Right, we are very close to here. I think that we should get there. Why not? And from that place, a bigger correction can, but does not have to start. An Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, talking about head and shoulder formations, inverse head and shoulder formation, Australian dollar to Canadian dollar, Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, head and shoulder formation. So here I am waiting for the price to close below the gray area. When the price will close below the gray area, that for me will be a strong sell signal, and most probably I will open a short position there, but obviously I'll have to adjust my view to the current situation there, so I cannot tell you that I will definitely open an order here, but looks promising, looks alright. So again, euro dollar as we speak, new midterm highs, long-term highs, American dollar to Japanese yen, new midterm lows, and gold, new long-term highs. Everything looks good, everything looks bad for the American dollar, everything looks awesome for the trend follower. So if you're a trend follower like me, you should be happy, and I hope that this situation will continue on this instrument, as on all instruments actually. So thanks very much for watching Daily Analytical Report. Please stay with us. In half an hour we'll have a webinar about the basics of MetaTrader 4. So if you have any problems with MetaTrader 4, you should attend this webinar, because I will tell you how to use this platform for trading. So thanks very much again. In the meantime, visit our Twitter account and our website, alpari.news.